Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome. It's time for your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman. I want to thank all of you for being with us this week. We've got a great show lined up. Lots of things going on here around the Muskogee Creek Nation. We've got the Muskogee Nation News, the paper out there covering stories. We've got the radio show in full effect. And of course here, Native News Today, Muskogee Media, proud producer of all these outlets, covering all of the things tribally. And we like to cover a little bit of our neighbors out there, our brothers and sisters to the north, east, west. We cover a little bit of it all here on Native News Today. This week, we're going to have some great stories lined out. As I said, groundbreaking going on over at our industrial park in Altmalgi. That has to do with our transit authority here at Muskogee Creek Nation. If you don't know much about the transit operation, they basically operate, as most of you would know out there, as a CATS bus or city transit or public transportation, things like that. Pick citizens up, taking them to different things, hospital visits, appointments, what have you. And it's a great service to the Muskogee Creek Nation. They've got two beautiful coach buses, as you see, take citizens, elders to big trips in other places, really knocks down a lot of costs for them. Also, just got a new trolley with the transit, and that'll be neat. Be going around town providing Altmalgi service, and also our citizens. It's a very, very big thing for them to have that transit in place, and the transit is outgrowing itself. It's just growing by leaps and bounds, and with that, a new building being done over at the industrial park in Altmalgi for the transit authority. What's neat about this, though, is all of the money used for the building the transit building comes from the federal roads program. So really strengthening our sovereignty there, using funds from the inside. And so it's a great thing there. They're bringing in lots of funds to be able to take care of that program. And that's just another story that we'll be having this week. Also, the transit went to Oklahoma City, won an award, Best Asphalt in their category. From the Oklahoma Asphalt Association, and those guys up there do a great job in recognizing the Muskogee Creek Nation, the BIA, just a wonderful thing, and we were so glad to be able to, as the Muskogee Creek Nation, get that award. So a little bit of news there for folks that didn't know what was going on with transit, and I think we'll got it pretty much covered here on the show, and we'll show you that a little bit later on as we get into the program. Also got a special treat today as we go into our first break. Remember, a little bit later on, not just now, but our first break, we'll have a trailer for the movie from Sterling Harjo, This May Be the Last Time. Went out to Sundance Film Festival with it. A story about Creek Hymns, really a story about the director, Sterling Harjo's journey to sort of find out and I guess you could say assuage, things that he thought he wanted some questions answered about the disappearance of his grandfather, and just takes him on a journey. And I know a lot of people out there are going to be seeing the film, but we'll have Sterling Harjo on in the program here in the coming weeks, and he'll sit down with us and talk a little bit about the creative process that went into this. And it's really a neat thing that he was able to make this not only about our historic Creek Hymns, but to take it to a broad event like that, Sundance, and have so many eyes on it. It's just a really, really big thing for Creek people and Creek culture in general. So that as well. And also our environmental services team at the Muskogee Creek Nation, they do a lot of things over at the housing, making sure that all of our buildings are environmentally sound. Looking over things such as lead-based paint, mold, all kinds of things. Well, they had a luncheon on driving down the cost of our energy consumption here at the tribe. Folks out there, you may not have any idea. It's a big number that the tribe uses on utilities every year. So they try to just bring that down. With that in mind, brought in some high hitters, some heavy hitters, some high ups from PSO. And those guys came in wanting to do business with the Muskogee Creek Nation. get into some of these buildings, find out what they can do to drive some of these costs down and be a little bit more energy efficient. We were over there to cover that. So that's going on. Lots more around here at Muskogee Creek Nation. Lots coming up. Big trips coming up. We're going back out to the east for the Horseshoe Bend commemoration. A big tribal contingency going to be going out there. Gosh, we have the accreditation for the College of Muskogee Nation coming up, a site visit, which is a very big step to accreditation that they've been on that journey for 10 years now, and so that's a long time coming for them, and it's a big date that they've set up and kept their eye on. So we definitely going to keep you up to speed on all those happenings here on this program. So we've got lots of things to get to today, a great program full of all kinds of news and a little bit of something for everybody. So please don't go anywhere. We're going to take our very first break. We'll be right back with Native News Today.
Omen ibuhwakidos.
Daniel in Ogitskish, Bonshongi benoat, Bomio, Boshomizatlish.
Momesh, Harishongigo imongin, Hobidagi, Ani Omaga, Bomahahoye imongin Oma, Bonshomegigos. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
There's a story I heard hundreds of times growing up. The story about the day my grandpa disappeared. I grew up in a world of songs.
I always think of the songs really being the spirit of something. There's a story.
They are the same songs our ancestors sang on the Trail of Tears.
They carry the grief, but they also carry this great love that works the same way at death.
There was one little drop of blood on the back fender, and his glasses was on the dash, and no sign of him.
As they searched, you could hear these songs echo through the forest.
I didn't realize what that would lead me to. A whole rich story of American music history that had never been told. What would you say is the first American music?
Our histories are not written, they are spoken through stories. They are told through our songs.
I want to talk to that man, but he's gone. He's gone somewhere.
When we sang these songs, we're waking up God.
And welcome back to Native News Today, and I'm so glad to have a special guest in studio with us today, Crystal Wynn from the College of the Muskogee Nation. She is here to talk about College Connection Day. That's going to be going on next Friday, and you guys are just so excited about it. You feel like, this is really helpful event that's going to be for a lot of students out there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a lot of really good information for like college preparation, and we're going to be doing 4 different workshops. And I guess kind of our biggest workshop is the FAFSA workshop, because a lot of students kind of get caught up on the FAFSA, like filling out the application and everything. And so we're going to be doing a FAFSA workshop, a workshop geared towards scholarships from all kinds of different places. And that'll be brought by our Scholarship Foundation program. And we're going to be doing a College of the Muskogee Nation workshop. You can learn about different funds that the college provides. And also we're going to be doing the what was the 4th? Oh, the employment and training and the higher education workshop, and they'll provide information about scholarships and grants and things like that for Creek citizens and citizens of federally recognized tribes. And we'll also have door prizes and refreshments,
yeah.
and so.
Refreshments, I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's very neat because, you know, as a prospective college student, I remember a lot of it was kind of overwhelming, you know. Thankfully, I had a good mother there to help me, guide me through it and show me the things to you know, fill out. Not everybody has that. Some people are adults that are going back to school. So it's a really big help to have people there such as yourself, representatives from the college, higher education representatives that know how to do those things, and it's going to be right there for them.
Yeah, lots of useful information. So come on out if you're not really sure what your next step is, and it's open to all students. If you're fresh out of high school, if you're an adult thinking about returning back to college, it's open to everyone. And I mean, yeah, so it's just a collaborative effort, and it was brought by College of the Muskogee Nation, Higher Education, Employment and Training, and the Tribe's New Scholarship Foundation program.
Right. Oh yeah, feeding into that every day,
yes.
Making sure we have those scholarships, and really a flexing of our sovereignty, so to speak, taking care of our own and really providing those higher education costs for our own. When does this kick off on Friday?
On from 1 to 3:30 on Friday, February 21st. Friday, at the College of Muskogee Nation.
Yeah, College of Muskogee Nation, beautiful building there, and it's getting more beautiful. You know, you just see the more buildings come up on that campus.
Yeah.
The new Student Life Center will be here before too long. That's just kind of a step towards accreditation for you guys. I know it's a really exciting time around College of Muskogee Nation. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, our site visit is in March. It's coming up, so we're really getting prepared for that, and so it's really exciting. And so we're just kind of gearing up for that, and it's March 10th, 11th, and 12th. Okay. And so after that, we'll kind of know a little bit more, and so so it's really exciting.
Well, what's for us, you know, what's so gratifying too about the College of Muskogee Nation and the accreditation process, which, as Dr. King's pointed out, it's been about 10 years now. You know, it's been a long journey. But Native News Today, we've, so to speak, you know, walked in those footsteps with them the entire way. We were there when they were getting drawings and renderings up for the initial building, and really just the first meeting about having a college. And it was really neat to sort of take that journey with them to where we are now. And I think everything's just looking up, and we're going to be looking forward to March. Be looking forward to next Friday, College Connection Day. Go out and see Crystal, all the great people at College of Muskogee Nation. College Connection Day next Friday, February 21st at 10 a.m. at the College of Muskogee Nation. Crystal, thanks for being with us here on the program.
Thank you for having us.
We certainly appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back with the rest of the show.
The Muskogee language has always been a part of my life, and so I grew up speaking the language, and I've used it throughout my life. I found that people were interested in learning the language and wanting to revitalize it. The language immersion method of teaching is one that I'm comfortable with. It's a way of reconnecting with our histories and our cultures, and to give this gift or pass this gift on to our children. Mado, hadam chihijahlis.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the Turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. So give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary. And welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us here on Native News Today. I want to thank again Crystal Wynn and all the great people at College of Muskogee Nation coming in talking about Campus Connection Day. As we now get into the story portion of our show, I want to lead off with something that we left from last week. We actually went to the governor's office, met with Jackie Hensley, the tribal liaison to the governor, the head of DHS's Child Services Department, and also now we get a chance to show you a tribal worker at DHS that is charged with communicating with tribes. So a very good thing there, a very great asset, Miss Rita Hart. We talked with her about some of the things that she does and some of the ways that her experience can help her deal with different tribes and really ease that communication line between the state agency and those tribes. And this is the last half of our visit with those ladies, and we had a great time up there. So we hope that you've enjoyed what we've shown you so far, and now we have the conclusion of that visit here with Oklahoma tribes communicating with DHS.
I think it's been a challenge, and I've really enjoyed it because I've been able to travel and learn from some of the tribes I wasn't even aware of that we had in Oklahoma. And so I think that's been a unique opportunity. And I think just bridging that communication, I think that comes across a little bit easier because I am Native American and that I've been with child welfare so long. I've been in child welfare for almost 22 years and just done about everything in child welfare. So that helps bring that history or the experience to them. I think it's been a big change or growth for both sides, for child welfare and for the Indian child welfare programs. I'm seeing that they're increasing their staff. And you know, with DHS and child welfare, you know, we had reorganization last year, and I think that's really helped have more manpower out there. But then the other challenge is the staff development. We have so much of a new workforce, and the Indian child welfare programs are the same. They've had some turnover as well, and they've added new staff. So I think it's a growing period, and it's really been, I think, very beneficial for both of us as we're learning and sharing that information and you know, helping them grow their programs. I'm seeing that some of the larger tribes are not only adding to their programs, but they're also assuming some of the responsibilities, direct responsibilities in child welfare that they haven't before. And I did have some feedback from, I think it was Muskogee Creek Nation. I was talking to the director last week, and she was telling me that she said, because she's been in child welfare for a long time too, and she said she was really excited. She said, I'm seeing some changes and it's been very effective. And she said it's been slow, but she said it's been really good, and even complimented Jackie's work and, you know, myself on working with them directly. I know we've been working real closely with the Osage Nation. They had developed a practice model, and part of their practice model is implementing a more effective foster care and recruitment and retention. And so they have identified objectives that they want to meet, and they're partnering with us as child welfare and our new bridge program. As you know, we've have both our adoption foster care and then even our contractors or vendors that are coming in that are helping us increase our foster care programs and our foster care homes that we have across the state. So we're trying to come up with some methods in which to identify Native American foster homes as they come in, either side, whether it's for DHS or the tribe, so we can share those homes. And the Choctaw Nation as well has a foster care program. They have identified some other areas in the southeast part of the state and what they're doing. So it's really exciting to me to see them grow, and then also for us to partner with them and share what information we have and what resources we have and what resources they have. And both of them are pretty large tribes, so they have quite a few services that they can provide.
All right, thanks again to Jackie Hensley and those ladies for visiting with us, and we'll take a look at that in the coming months and see how that executive order is coming into play, looking for great things from both agencies. It's been a big last couple of weeks and really a big month here for the Muskogee Creek Nation Transit Authority. The winner of 2 awards, one including one of the jobs that they did in Okfuskee County, winning top asphalt in that area, and also groundbreaking for the new transit building. They're just growing and outgrowing their space. There's so many departments now under transit that are handling our tribal roads, driveways, and you know, getting our people from place to place that don't have the luxury of having transportation. So it's a great thing there. Charlie Lesarge, the manager, all the good people out at the industrial park. Now, I got to say, we were a little chilly out there, but that didn't stop us, the Muskogee Creek Nation, from having a very special day and a special occasion there as we broke ground for the very brand new building, the Muskogee Creek Nation Transit Authority.
We're purchasing this building through the Federal Roads Program as part of the Federal Highways Bill. We've increased our transit system in the past 2 years since I came in about 300%. So we've outgrown the building we have over at the complex, but I manage 3 programs of transportation, which is charter services, transit, and our federal roads, and we've outgrew that building. So we're allowed to use highway funds through the roads to support our transit system. So we're using $730,000 out of our roads money to have this building built.
I think the groundbreaking here reflects what we're doing in terms of growing. Our transit program and our federal roads program has just been growing leaps and bounds. Whenever we can use our federal monies, it also gives us an opportunity to get more federal money. So this is kind of reflective of that as well. This part of this property is considered industrial park, but we're making a change on the front side to kind of look at it, maybe some possible commercial development. So this fits everything that we were wanting to do in terms of industrial and commercial as well. As far as commercial, we're looking at getting a study done. We're finding out that here in Okmulgee, more of the housing is coming up to the north and east side of the community, and I think we need to grow with that trend. So, we're excited.
A lot of the things that we got going right now that helps in this situation is the new taro that's set up, and we aren't taro certified. We're creek owned, and we try to employ as many natives as we can to come out here, and it's good to do some work for the roads department. I've never actually got to do any work for them before, and this is first opportunity, and meeting Charlie and everybody, so it's a real good opportunity for us.
Our future plans is we have a grant in there for a CNG station, and it will be placed over here with the new building if it gets approved. And we just feel lucky to have a roads program to support the transit because there is no funds out there available for operational. So our roads program gives the transit system $500,000 a year to operate the transit system. We have some grants in for some new buses. We have a contract 5311C with CATS, transit system that helps us pick up our people and deliver them. And it's just great, and we're honored to be here and getting a new building.
All right, thanks again to Charlie Lesarge, everybody at Transit, and congratulations to them on their awards. And we'll be looking for great things with the new trolley, the coach buses, all the great things going on at Transit. Can't wait to see that new building. Moving on to another department here at the Muskogee Creek Nation, Environmental Services. Now let me tell you, I got to ask off camera, Jared, you know how much the tribe spends each year in utility payments, just each year? I have no idea. No idea, he says. Well, it's a number that many people may not get. There were a few people at the luncheon that said, oh, what, 2 million, 3 million, 50 million. We need to bring those costs down. That's a very high number, as James Williams at Environmental Services pointed out. So we brought in PSO to this luncheon, Environmental Services, to talk about energy consumption, what you can do to limit it. And that really brings down costs as well. It's a correlation there, so anybody can see that. It's plain as day. If we limit our energy consumption, and to do things like that, we have to have the opinions of experts. As we bring in PSO, and this was a great luncheon to be at. The Muskogee Creek Nation Environmental Services Department knows that high energy consumption equals high costs. With that in mind, the office was pleased to bring in representatives from PSO for a luncheon at the Tribal Complex last week to explore options.
We're thrilled today to be able to come out and speak with the Creek Nation about opportunities in the commercial industrial facilities, whether retrofitting existing facilities or looking at opportunities from a new construction standpoint to improve energy efficiency and save on the overall energy cost.
We have some pretty high-level PSO people here. We have Ross Adcock and Lyle Stogner and Jason from the offices in Tulsa, and they come down because they know we're a large customer. We're a large consumer of electric, and they're going to try to help us reduce our energy consumption also. And so that's why they were here today, to tell us some of the programs and the incentives and the rebates that are available to the Muskogee Creek Nation.
For environmental services, the main task is the recognition and awareness of our consumption, and how luncheons such as this provide avenues to alleviate high costs.
We're trying to bring to light that our energy consumption and usage is pretty massive through the tribe. And so everybody's pretty concentrated on their program, and so we really didn't focus on what other programs are, but what we're looking at is the energy consumption as a whole as a tribe. And so we're trying to get that across to them that we're a big consumer of electric, of water, of gas, and that the bills that we pay every year are pretty close to $50 million a year for those services. And our deal is we're trying to cut back on our consumption, be a little more energy efficient, and if we do that, we save some money. And so what we'd like to do is we'd like to save about 10% of the $50 million. That's $5 million saved. Just think if we save 20%, that's $10 million saved. So we're just trying to get to the point where we can save us a little money and do the right thing, being good stewards of the earth, and not use so much electric and be more energy efficient by ways of new construction, putting in the good lights to start off with, and retrofitting some of the other old buildings, and you know, just trying to save them in different ways.
The prospect of a partnership working with the Muskogee Creek Nation is something that PSO recognizes could be extremely beneficial for both parties. It's also something that they've looked forward to for quite some time.
This particular opportunity has been on my radar for a long time. They've got housing that we could take care of. They've got big projects like 4 or 5-story buildings all the way down to casinos. There's all kinds of things that we can help with that and pull a lot of kilowatts out, give them a lot of money. I mean, there's a partnership there that's just been eating at me, just been dying to be worked on. So that's why I've been looking at that. And you know, I mean, he said something about taking 5 to 10% off of that. I believe if they sick us on all of these projects all at one time, we could make an even deeper impact in that. Especially since they're looking at building new buildings and stuff. You know, a lot of the times when I go into an existing building and they want to add on to it, what I do is I try to maintain the tonnage of the air conditioner with the extended portion of it. Well, you know, if we've gone from a 5-ton on a 2,000 square foot to a 5-ton on a 4,000 square foot, same amount of energy is being used, you've got more space. That's where I see this going. I think we could make a huge impact in that kind of stuff.
Really, what's nice about our program, there's a little bit of something for everyone. As I mentioned, whether it's an existing building, replacing existing equipment, or even just fine-tuning the equipment that you already have, or looking at it from the ground up in a new construction opportunity. And you have so many facilities that there's definite opportunities across the board.
For PSO, working with tribes in the past facilitates a comfort level for these types of business ventures.
I just think that having the ability or having the opportunity to work with tribes in the past, we know sort of the unique business arrangements and so forth. So I think we're uniquely positioned to work going forward.
And I want to thank you all for being with us again for a great Saturday here on Native News Today. We certainly hope you enjoyed our stories looking back at the new transit groundbreaking there. Big news from that department. Environmental Services always keeping an eye out for the Muskogee Creek Nation, what we can do to be more green, to be more environmentally friendly, and to be more cost efficient in our energy consumption. And also taking a look at tribes and DHS and that executive order from the governor's office. Great to talk with the liaison, Jackie Hensley, and those ladies from DHS to get a really good in-depth story. I think a lot of good information was shared there. So I want to thank all of our guests this week, and also Crystal Wynn from the College of Muskogee Nation. Thanks for coming in with us, being in studio. We always love having our in-studio guests, sharing the great things going on at CMN. Also Campus Connection. Don't forget, next Friday, 10 a.m., go out and figure out how to fill out FAFSA, all your financial forms, as well as Muskogee Creek Nation college forms, and those things will be very helpful. It's great to have those people out there to be of assistance in those times. So a lot of students need to take advantage of that. We've got a great show lined up for next week. We've already kind of got it in the works, so definitely catch us right here on Tulsa CW 1219, but we know that all of you can't catch us right here on Tulsa CW 1219. So with that in mind, we have our YouTube channel out there online. Just search Native News Today, search MCN.com, anything you want to do. Bring up our great channel there and subscribe to us. You'll get all of our videos. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Native News Guys if you want to follow our tweets and see what we're doing through the week. And Facebook, just search in Native News Today. Go over there. We have lots of friends and lots of subscribers that look at our Facebook page for weekly updates. We want you to be one of those too. All right, so Jason Salzman, Jared Moore, all the great people here at Native News Today, you all have a great week. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you soon.